Hey YouTube. Uh, Another thing about this Nissan Altima here that we're working on, my daughter's car. Before I put the motor in, it was burning a lot of oil. I did the motor over it because there was no compression. I mean, it was like 60 pounds, 40 pounds, 80 pounds. It was all over the place. So rebuilt the motor, but it was consuming quite a lot of oil. Probably because of the rings, but after the new motor was in, it was still going through quite a lot of oil. And let me show you what I found. Now this is the old one, the air intake. You could see all that oil inside of it and all over the outside. This is where the air is supposed to come in through here into the engine and then go through the top of the valve cover and get sucked back out over there through that PCV valve. The oil was actually going in the other direction. So this is the new one now. It's been on here, I don't know, 200 miles or so, but it's really clean. So what I did was I went to the junkyard, and this is what I found out, that I had an aftermarket valve cover on here. The aftermarket ones don't say Nissan on them. You got to get the one that says Nissan. The baffling inside the valve cover is no good, and it causes the oil to spit back out and suck back into the motor, and all of a sudden your motor is burning oil, and you're going, whoa, the mechanic must have done something wrong because it wasn't burning oil before. Well, it's because of the valve cover. You got to use a genuine Nissan one. The Nissan one's expensive. I can see why you would want to use a cheaper one. But what I ended up doing is I went to the junkyard, I pulled the coils out. The reason for changing the valve cover is the seals inside where the spark plug tubes are, they fail and the oil starts to pour in there, and then pretty much the only thing you can do to fix that is, aside from if you want to kind of rig it, you can put a little bit of silicone on them and then put it back together, and hopefully you got the problem. Not necessarily, and a shop might not want to do that because the shop's job is to fix it once and say, okay, it's done. So he might want to use the right part, and everyone's going, oh, the guy's ripping me off, man. He wants to charge me for an expensive Nissan valve cover when the aftermarket one is half the money. And well, that's because the guy's got to fix it right the first time. And if they know about this problem, they're going to want to fix it and get it done and send it out, and not want to mess around with putting an aftermarket on, and then you come back going, oh, what'd you do to my car? My car is burning oil. So yeah, long story short, you got to use a Nissan one. This one I got from the junkyard. I checked the seals, pulled all the coils out when I was looking at it. There was no oil in it. So I said, all right, this one is in pretty good shape. So I put it on here. I got a new air intake duct or tract, whatever you want to call it, because this one was kind of getting a little soft and spongy. I didn't like the way that looked over there. That's going to break eventually. This one over here is a lot better shape. So I changed that out too. I put the valve cover on, and now the thing does not burn any oil. So yeah, use the genuine Nissan ones, and you won't have a problem.